Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Up in the Clouds with Ari. We are here for another recap. It's the end of March. Time is flying by, and March was very eventful. It probably was the most eventful month thus far. Like, I kind of wrote down all the different things that I've been doing, but I need to stop talking because we haven't even done our affirmations yet. So let's do our affirmations, okay? First affirmation, I am beautiful. Second affirmation is, I am capable. And our third affirmation is, I am valuable. Okay, so now we got our affirmations over it. It's time to talk about March. I feel like I know March is March Madness, but honestly, that completely describes my month. Madness all over. Good madness and also bad madness. So I kind of split up this video into like 3 topics. It's about being outside, being stressed, and being true to myself. So first we're gonna start with being outside, because your girl is outside. We are doing a lot this month. I think as I said, I did like over 18 activities. I would say like 17 out of those 18 activities were free. Like only one of them was like a paid activity. But let's talk about, girl, what was I doing? Okay, I'm excited to tell y'all because it was a lot of great things that happened. So let's start with my nature knowledge expansion. So at the beginning of the month, I did this event where we got to test mussels. So at this habitat, they're basically raising mussels to help eventually like introduce them into different water systems around the city to help clean the water systems, because apparently freshwater mussels, they really help with like getting rid of some of the toxins that are a part of some of the waterways. So fun fact. And we got to like measure them because some of the scientists that are, keeping track of these mussels, they need to know how they're doing. So they need to know, how big are they growing? Like, do they still have the identification tag on them? Are some of them dying? Things like that. So basically I got to do that. And then there also was like a fish component where you got to learn about like what are the different fish that live in that habitat. And that was just like really fun. It was just really cool experience. Some of the other nature things I've done is I did like nature journaling, especially with it being spring. So the prompt was, like what are ways that you can tell, it's spring? Like, is it like the smell of the air? Like, the trees, like they're starting to bud, like, different things to be able to identify what are signs that it's spring. Let me see, what else did I have written down? I did bird watching. So I did bird watching again at this park that was near me. That's always like really interesting because all the people there are pretty knowledgeable about birds. So it's always just interesting to pick up new things and to see birds differently, because with the binoculars you can zoom in and see more details than you can see with your own eyes. Okay, what else do I have written down? Wildlife tracking. Oh my goodness, that was interesting. Basically, there's like a group of people and it's like a club, I think, where like they just track wildlife, but they also host different educational events for the community to just kind of learn about it. So you might be thinking like, girl, what does that even mean? Let me tell you what it means. So there's different ways if you're outside, like out in nature, that you can just kind of identify like what type of animals were in this area and how do you identify that. Maybe it's like the different types of tracks that they're leaving on the ground. Maybe they're scratching the trees, or maybe it's like an area that seems like very disturbed, like an animal was messing with it. So basically, you learn how to observe your surroundings and ask questions based off of those observations to kind of think through, okay, what type of animal could have been there. And I found that very informative, especially as a person where I love to hike. So it's important that I know my surroundings and like what kind of animals are out there on these nature trails, especially if I'm going camping. So that was like a really cool experience, and I got to explore like a new environmental center and like a new nature place, which was really nice. So that was certainly a win. Another thing that I did was junk journaling. So y'all might be saying like, girl, how is this nature related? Let me get into it, okay? So I went to this activity last month with this group called like Black Girl Environmentalists. And this month they hosted a virtual activity, which is junk journaling. And the topics were kind of on different things around the environment, like, maybe what is your, I don't know, I don't even remember the topics, y'all. I'm not even gonna play. I don't remember topics, but we basically was junk journaling about whatever topics they gave us. And yeah, that was cool. I don't, I'm not even gonna try to remember because that's just gonna take me too long. But just know it was a great experience. And I did like a virtual one, like on Canva, because hello, it's an environmental friendly junk journal. And do I have anything else that I did as it relates to the environment? Oh yeah, I went to like this environmental fair last week. There were different booths set up for different organizations. Like one, there was like a food forest where they host different community workshops, understanding like what are the different herbs or just different plants that are in your own backyard or in your own community, and which ones are like edible and like which ones have medicinal purposes and values. So they do different educational walks to help inform the community on, how can we use the natural things around us, to just help promote wellness overall. And then they also have like a community, what is it? Maybe a community garden where people can volunteer at the garden, and you can also take home things too. So that was very cool to learn about. Let me see. Oh, plant propagation. I wrote that down. So I didn't really know that much about plant propagation, but I've seen different events where it's like, oh, plant swaps, like, bring a piece of like your house plant and like swap it with somebody and things like this. So this was a master gardener's workshop that was hosted for the community to teach you about plant propagation, and they had all these different plants available at an environmental center that you could learn what are the different ways you can propagate a plant. And we got to take one home with us. And there's different ways. Like I think some of the common ways is like a person will like clip off the leaf of a plant, and then you just give it to somebody and they can plant that leaf. We also learned like you can clip the veins of a plant and like put it in soil, and like it'll grow like new sprouts and things like that. The plant that I ended up getting, my cat destroyed. So that plant is no longer with us today. But the bok choy that I told you I'm growing, it's growing. It is growing. And I would show y'all, but I don't want to disturb it. Because next thing you know, I show y'all and then it starts not growing. So I will show you when I harvest it. I feel like next video, I will probably be harvesting them. So I'll show y'all what they look like. Yeah. So that was super cool. All right. So outside of my nature stuff, what are some of the other fun things I've been doing? Okay. So I feel like I'm really good with like choosing activities where it pours into like myself and things that I truly enjoy as a person. So the library, they host like a philosophy club. And in school, I loved philosophy class. Like I don't know, I just love thinking about things in a deeper way. So I love philosophy class. I went to a philosophy reading that they held last month, and I decided to come back this month for one as well. And it's just kind of, they basically give you like each month there's a different topic, and they print out pages on like whichever philosopher that we're studying for that month, and we just kind of do like a group reading where it's like popcorn. Like I read a little bit, person next to me reads a little bit, and then we have a discussion. So that's been a very enjoyable activity that I got to do. I also kicked off the month with a homeowners workshop. So I think I mentioned before, I go to like this monthly women's group. And for this month, you know, if you didn't know, March was Women's History Month. So for this month, instead of the women's group, we went to support one of the women in the group who's a real estate agent. And she hosted this like home buyers workshop, which is very informative, and it really helped debunk some of the myths and things that I had when it came to home buying, because I feel like I'm not really in the space right now to buy a home, but like I just feel like that's just not like my life stage. But I felt like it was just important to know, okay, like for example, people might say, oh, you need to put like 20% down on a house. And that's actually false. Like you can put down, for some different programs, they have where you can put down like between 3 to 6%. So that's significantly different. 20% versus 3 to 6% is completely different. And also I think one of the cautions that I had, especially like around home buying, is like I get a house and like I'm not gonna stay in that place forever. Like I'm still in a very fluid journey where I'm still moving around, still really figuring out my life. So I don't feel like it's right for me to buy a home because I'm not really settled in a particular area yet. And one thing that they mention is like with home buying, like you really only have to stay in the house for I think like 2 to 3 years, and then after that you could like potentially, you know, buy a different property or sell the property, or even like turn it into some type of business property where you're renting it out to people. So I thought that that was very reassuring, where it's like just because you buy a house doesn't mean you have to stay in that house forever. So really loved that workshop so much. They did an amazing job like executing it, and so many people were so engaged and had so many great questions. So yeah. What else did we got? What else we got? Okay. Went to an open mic. I love writing, and I don't write poems like consistently. I just write when I write. And I love to go to open mics, and there's one particular open mic that I find myself gravitating to a lot in Philly when I go to open mics. So me and my brother, we went to an open mic maybe towards the beginning of the month, and I end up just like writing like a new poem there because I just felt like I'm in a different stage in my life. I need new energy. Like I want it to be like very humorous, like nothing heavy, none of that stuff. Like it was very lighthearted. I would read y'all the poem, but the poem is on my phone and I'm recording on my phone, so y'all can't hear the poem right now, but maybe later on, maybe one day you'll hear your girl say the poem. Let's see, what else? I spent some good time with some friends. I went to this game night. That was very fun, very like relaxing. Like I have a lot of games and I don't use them, and I need to use them more. So it was really nice to just go to a game night, bring some of the games that I have, play other games that people bring, and it's just like all the women together just enjoying life. Like I just love surrounding myself by women with just such great energy. Like I feel like that's kind of what this month was. It's like I had a lot of women around me who just such beautiful energy, and I'm just very grateful like for those types of connections that I have in my life. What else did we do, girl? What else did we do since we're talking about friends? Um, Vinegar making class. A friend and I, we learned how to make vinegar. You can make vinegar from fruit scraps if you didn't know. So basically, vinegar is the fermentation of alcohol, and alcohol can be made from fruit. Like think about wine, like wine's made from grapes, stuff like that. So anyway, basically what you can do is you get some fruit scraps, whether it's apples, mangoes, strawberries, whatever you got. It could even just be the skin if you already ate the fruit. And you combine that in a jar with water and some sugar. And basically like the water and the sugar and the fruit, it'll end up fermenting into alcohol. And then the second step is that the alcohol will end up fermenting into vinegar. So I just started that about like a week and a half ago. And I think basically in like 4 to 6 weeks, it'll be good to like, excuse me, it'll be good to like transfer into like a bottle and strain for vinegar. So that'll be like in April. So I have a lot of things to show y'all in April. I'll have my bok choy, hopefully. I'll have my vinegar. And yeah, so that was very nice. Went to a movie screening. I always find like these free, I do a lot of free stuff because why not? And I don't believe in spending a whole bunch of money to have fun. Like life is already expensive. So I do a lot of free fun things. And last year I was going crazy with the movie screenings because there were so many great movies that came out last year. But this year there hasn't really been too many movies that have caught my interest. But I did get like an email about this free screening. I think it was called Lethal. I feel like it was called Lethal something else, but Lethal is all I got right now. And it was about like these ballerinas. It came out on Amazon Prime. It was super cute. They gave out flower crowns. Like, oh my gosh, like who doesn't want to feel like a princess? But yeah, it was super cute. Did that. Very great movie. And I feel like, there's always something about the movie theater popcorn. It feeds my soul. Like, I love popcorn and I love movie theater popcorn too. It's expensive, but I love it anyways. What else do I got on here for things that I did? Artsy girly. So every first Friday is like art day. If you didn't know, usually in a lot of cities they do first Friday stuff. So basically art galleries stay open late, and if you didn't know, art galleries are free. Don't get them confused with art museums. Art galleries, they are mostly free to go to. I mean, every art gallery I've been to has been free, so I'm pretty sure the majority of art galleries are free. But every first Friday is like a whole thing in a lot of cities. So went to First Friday event, and especially with Women's History Month, it was a lot of women artists that were exhibited across these galleries. And one of the galleries had where we can make our own clay goddess to be a part of an installation in the gallery. So that was cool because it's like I'm making art and now my art gets to be a part of this gallery and this exhibit. So it's like kind of crazy to go from like observer to contributor. That was nice. Is there anything else I want to share with y'all for things that I did this month? I think I'll probably end it off with the salsa before we get into the other things. As you can see, it already took up like damn near 20 minutes me talking about all the shit that I'm done. But it's okay. Y'all are here for a good time, so I'm giving it to y'all. So basically each month I'm doing a different salsa dance. This month was salsa, and my friend, she invited me to this salsa place where first you do like a lesson, and then after that is like a social dance. And when I tell you that was a fun night, it was a fun night. Like, your girl don't really know how to salsa that well, but we learned a couple 1-2 steps that night and got to dance with a couple people. I was telling them like, look, I'm a beginner, but it was so fun. It was so fun. I got to practice more so that I can be out on the dance floor killing it. But that was a great experience. So as you can see, I was outside. So let's talk about stress. Because the madness is getting to me bad. What's the main stressor in my life? Work. Oh my gosh, work is exhausting, and it's probably only gonna get worse. And there's good news, because tomorrow, April 1st, is gonna be my first day officially being a manager. So round of applause. Yeah, girl is finally a manager. But that comes with a lot of stress and a lot of responsibility. So it's like, I'm excited, but I'm also like, oh my gosh, like, am I gonna have a breakdown every fucking day because this is a lot? I don't know yet. I feel like I'm gonna continue pouring into myself outside of work so my mental health doesn't significantly deteriorate. But we'll see in the April recap how things are looking, because that's my main stressor. And the last thing I want to talk to y'all about is being true to myself, because I feel like this month I found myself reflecting a lot about my younger self. Like, who was little Ari? Man, when I tell y'all, little Ari was that girl. Like, fearless, bold, sassy, like all of the things. Did not let people play with her. And I just been really thinking about like how brave I was like at a young age, and just really trying to integrate more of that energy back into my life, especially like as an adult, because for different experiences that I've had throughout my life, they have truly like, I don't know, maybe deteriorated is the right word. They have truly like deteriorated the way that I think and move in life. And like, I've been really sitting back like, girl, you was like 9-10 years old thinking you was Miss Everything. And it's like, I'm 26, about to be 27 next month. Y'all know it's my birthday month. I'm gonna do a vlog for y'all because I'm gonna be outside again. But I'm gonna do a vlog for y'all. So stay tuned. But I just got off topic. Anyways, no, I didn't, because I am the topic. Let me stop. Okay. Anyways, little Ari was just so amazing, and I am amazing too. But it's just like reigniting like that energy. Like, don't play with me at all. Like, I'm not to be played with. Like, reigniting like the strictness too, because like, come at me correct, especially with me stepping into just a new era of Ari. Like, I don't know, in the past I let people play and get away with shit that little Ari would have never let that shit slide. So it's like, as I'm growing, still taking things that worked, really well when I was younger, and stuff like that. And I feel like I also been like writing more. I took a big break off of Substack, and then I got back into it. Like, I think after like a year of not being on Substack, I got back into it. And I basically now have a page. So if you're on Substack, my page is Talk Your Shit without the vowels. So take out the A, take out the OU, and take out the I and shit. And then Talk Your Shit is my page. And what do I be doing? Talking my shit. Like, I just be going on rants. But I love it, because it's just been allowing me to, express more of myself, express more of who I am. Like, I curse a lot, and you didn't know that, now you know that. Because, like, I curse a lot, and in my writing, I curse a lot because I curse a lot, and that's just that. Like, I don't know. It just, I feel like in my writing, like, sometimes my personality comes out a bit more. So I just been really trying to honor myself more, like, you know, whether that's past version of myself, but also just current version of myself, because I'm just continuing to grow, and life is not how I thought it would have been looking, especially like at 26, 27, and where I am now. But I'm still continuing to push through, still continuing to show up for myself, no matter how life looks. And, you know, that's cool. So, yeah, that's all I have for y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in to my videos. As always, April is going to be an eventful month, like I said. So I'm going to do vlogs. Because, you know, sometimes in my videos, y'all can't really see how I dress. And just know when I be outside, I be dressing. So, yeah, that's going to be nice. Oh, and I also remember something. It was nice outside. So, your girl hooked up the grill and was chefing it up. And speaking of chefing it up, I told y'all about the cooking show. I haven't heard back from them yet. So maybe we're going to hear back from them April, and in April, I'll let y'all know if I'm a contestant on that show, if I can let y'all know, because, you know, I signed an NDA. We'll see. We'll see what I can share and what I can't share. But, yeah, so let's close out this video with some affirmations. Let's get it. Let's get it. First affirmation is... Ooh. I had to stop myself because I want y'all to know this affirmation. Y'all need to take it in, okay? I am beautiful, okay? I don't even know if y'all can see. Y'all can't see me in y'all reflection, but I'm talking about y'all reflection. I mean my motherfucking glasses. But anyways, I am beautiful. Second affirmation is, I am valuable. Please, 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 just walk like you're worth it. Like, exude that energy. Like, don't exude loser energy, because you're not a fucking loser. Like, you're a boss ass person. You're an amazing, extraordinary fucking individual. You're unique. You're rare. You're everything. So fucking act like it. Yeah. And last affirmation is, I am capable. Don't let nobody tell you shit else. Yeah. All right. I'm done. Thank y'all.